Here's a solid cross-section of some of the subgenres and artists that were important during this early era. Again, when I'm calling these genres and artists scene music, I'm not saying you needed to listen to these artists to be seen. One of the most special things about the scene was that there were no rules about the right way to be seen, save for a few common aesthetics, which was pretty unique compared to the gatekeeping of other alt subcultures at the time. I'm only saying that this music was either made by scene kids or that they had a sizable scene kid following. But most importantly, this is what me and my friends were listening to. After all, this is my first-hand, totally biased account. The pop, dance, and electronica arm of the scene wasn't quite a thing yet except for a handful of artists, and most of what we were listening to at the time incorporated loud guitars, harsh vocals, screamo for the non-nerds, and chaotic song structures. Post-hardcore. Under Oath, Thursday, Sayasin, Chiodos, Senses Fail, Silverstein, Alice Anna, From First to Last, Scary Kids Scaring Kids, Drop Dead Gorgeous, Escape the Fate, Fear Before the March of Flames. Non-crabcore metalcore. August Burns Red, Parkway Drive, Architects, they were around back then, but they're a rare example of a band that didn't really blow up until after the scene was dead. Easycore. A Day to Remember. Proto-crabcore. Sky Eats Airplane, some other band from Britain. Experimental. Protest the Hero, Horse the Band, Fall of Troy, Coheed and Cambria, Circa Survive. They weren't strictly speaking scene bands as they had a huge music nerd following, but there were also scene kids who liked them. Deathcore. I was originally going to try and name every MySpace deathcore band I remember, but I came across the MySpace deathcore playlist on Spotify, and it was actually pretty comprehensive and had some truly deep cuts on there like We Are the End, From the Carnival of Horrors, and Chainsaw Disaster. So I'm just going to talk about the bands I listened to at the time. Job for a Cowboy, Whitechapel, Bring Me the Horizon, Carnifex, Suicide Silence, Chelsea Grin, Born of Osiris, Alicia, Knights of the Abyss, The Irish Front, Dance Club Massacre, Dr. Acula, I Ate Everybody, With Blood Comes Cleansing, Jerome, Oceano, Immure, Attila. They didn't get big until later, as Blood Runs Black, Impending Doom, I Declare War, Annotations of an Autopsy, Waking the Cadaver, Salt the Wound, Veil of Maya, Beneath the Massacre, Winds of Plague, Arsonists Get All the Girls, Mathcore and Cybergrind. You might be asking Zaki, WTF or Mathcore and Cybergrind? Cybergrind at the time had a lot of overlap with deathcore, but it had the addition of instruments programmed in FL Studio, then called Fruity Loops, while Mathcore turned the chaotic song structure elements to the max. Basically the scene's answer to the Dillinger Escape Plan. It's possible you've seen the heavily memed music video Surrounded by Silence from Design the Skyline. They would be considered a Mathcore band. We came with Broken Teeth, the number 12 Looks Like You, See You Next Tuesday, I Wrestled a Bear Once, Gangistron, Hello Kitty Suicide Club, Heavy Heavy Low Low, Gutted with Broken Glass, The Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza, Bubblegum Octopus, Psyopus. These artists have largely been lost to history, with almost none of them ever getting particularly big, with the exception of maybe Gangistron and I Wrestled a Bear Once. But me and my friends were obsessed with We Came with Broken Teeth and the number 12 Looks Like You, and it's my sworn duty to tell you about these bands to keep their memory alive. Electro-pop and proto-crunkcore. Hello Goodbye, The Medic Droid, Jeffree Star, Hollywood Undead. Metalcore, new wave of American heavy metal, or NWOM. These bands weren't exactly scene bands, but they were a gateway to modern heavy music for a lot of kids, myself included, that later led us to discovering scene music. Early Avenged Sevenfold, Killswitch Engage, As I Lay Dying, Trivium, Atreyu, Bullet for My Valentine, Lamb of God.